to you. If you are not from the United States of America, I ask that you put your flag in the comment section, because I need us all to be aware. About a couple of weeks ago, I put up a video where I was speaking about several different languages, and I said, in 2 months, we are going to need your help. Put it yes or no in the comment section if you remember that video. You guys commented and said, there's no way we would be asking for help from them. Well, if you don't ask for help from them, they're going to be the ones coming in here, so we're going to be fucked. So that would be a situation. So here we go. I need to have a conversation straight with my Americans. I love you. You are beautiful inside and out. This country and the government does not define our personhood and who we are as individuals. Please go ahead and put a confirm in the comment section if you heard me as clear as day. Because the next part that I articulate with my vernacular and my verbiage, I plead with you to understand. Okay? So much love, Uniquely. I appreciate you. I got you right now. Okay, so in that light and what I am currently saying, just so we can be on the same page, no matter where it comes from, okay? No matter where it comes from, whatever the government of the United States of America does, we are the ones who pay the consequence. And I am not talking about money anymore. I'm not talking about an economic deadlock. I'm not talking about a collapse of the economy. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about the 73 coup d'etats the United States of America has conducted since the 1800s in Latin American countries. I'm talking about the 43 that we've conducted in the Middle East, the 17 we aided and embedded in Africa, and the 31 that we currently are still multiplying through while we're stealing territorial nations in the Pacific. Now, the reason why I'm telling you that, my Americans, is this. We are about to be attacked. That is not an if. That is not a how. That's not a might be. It is a when. 9 times out of 10, because of how close the enemy nation is that we are threatening, we might see an invasion. Okay? And the invasion would only have to happen with them through Florida. I just want to be, hi, beautiful Rima. I just want to be so direct with you. I also want to be on the same page. Thank you, beautiful Rima. If anybody's missing it, most of them are already here. Please put a yes or no in the comment section if you remember in 2022 and 2023. When us from the southern states were yelling at the top of our lungs, hey, we have a border crisis. But then the Republican Party switched it and said it's a border crisis of immigrants. No. We were telling you from the South that the people that were coming through the border were military-aged men from countries that are fighting. So they shouldn't be here, because they conscript. We were saying that there was Russian rubles and Chinese yuan at the border. We were saying that the Iranian had money at the border. Does that make sense to everybody in the comment section of the different? They took it through the media and they spun it and said, we have a migrant situation, blah, 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 blah. The way that they do things. That is not why. It was also people that currently were already being deported coming right back, which was fine. Do what you gotta do. But it was people that were currently also deported under Donald Trump's first Venezuelan mission. Put a yes or no in the comment section if you're aware of that. This is why I am emphasizing, and this is why I always tell everybody, a war takes 5 to 10 years to plan. Nothing is done. If you think J6 was organized, and it was, no matter how much you want to call it an insurrection or whatever the fuck you want to call it, it was organized over 18 months. Put a yes or no in a comment section if you understand what I'm saying. The United States of America has been prepping you for war with Russia and China for the last 3 years. We've been saying it for the last 10 years, since Obama got on stage in 2015 and said that Russia was going to be our biggest threat. How? We were dealing with Ukraine at that point in time, just in case anybody missed it, just FYI. So going back and speaking strictly to my Americans, I need you to understand every action has a reaction, and every reaction is not beneficial. Sometimes it's a consequence. We are going to have to pay for what we are doing to Venezuela and the Caribbean. If you are following me, go ahead and put follow in the comment section. This hasn't happened in, bro, what, century? You didn't know we were in Nicaragua in the 50s. You didn't know we were outside of Guadalupe in the 50s. You had no idea we were in Costa Rica or anything else in between. This is on television. Okay? He's yelling it out, getting right on television right after he does it. Okay? Venezuela is prepping for war and an invasion from the United States, but they are prepping to invade. And I'm going to tell you how. If we sent 4,000 troops or 4,000 Marines and they have 1.7 million active military personnel, and then they put out their 4.5 million militia members, where are the other 3 million going? You're sending 1.7 million to fight 4,000. So it doesn't sound like Venezuela is getting ready to fight the people that are outside, does it? That is what I am trying to reference. Go ahead and put a following in the comment section if that makes sense. That's the biggest puzzle piece I'm trying to make sure we're on the same page with. You have to watch Venezuela's moves. 110%. Ooh. Sierra, I sent you a request if you'd like to come up and say it with your chest. Obviously, you think that's more important than me teaching, so I just wanted to make sure, Sierra Allen, you had the opportunity to use your First Amendment. You know my Constitution's right here. No? Cat's got your tongue? Venezuela is prepping to invade the United States of America because our president is trying to instigate a war. Our president is trying to instigate a war with multiple different nations because he has a vendetta. That is why I just laid out all of Hitler's doing and showed you how when a country turns against a fucking maniac, well, this is kind of what happens. I am telling my American people right this second, our government is on a DEFCON 3. That means that at any point in time, if something hits the United States of America, our military is supposed to mobilize within 15 minutes of readiness. Put a yes or no in the comment section if you knew that. Miss Brandy, we know about them currently making millions. You're not a millionaire. You would be the one that currently has a gun to your head. So what we're trying to do is make sure you're prepped. So please stop worrying about people we are not talking about, my queen sister. Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, we are the number one targets they are looking for. Hello, the people that we are unaliving are civilians. It's not billionaires, it's not millionaires, it's not anything like that in between. Anytime a nuke, a duke, or anything that the United States of America is dropping, it is civilians. So the number one thing, because you are not special, this is what I am trying to tell Americans right now. You are not fucking special. So at this point in time, when they taught you that we were never invaded, and I just taught you about Japan, okay? That little ass country not only invaded us, they had us for 2 years. Venezuela is not Japan. This is not what you think. Venezuela has allies. The Russian jets that you see flying over our USS destroyers in Venezuela, they are flown by Russians, indicating that the Russian military is in Venezuela, which would make they haven't touched their nukes. Ukraine is using over 30 different fucking countries' weapons. We're the ones that are currently stretched in. Our tomahawks are over there. What are we talking about? We're spread out thin. 800 military bases. You didn't see that? And then at the same time that, again, showing you with Hitler caused a civil war at the same time as causing a world war. Please put a confirm in the comment section if you understand what I'm actually saying. You don't have to separate that. That man turned Germany into a whole ass civil war, took it over, and then decided after he did that to go after the other countries that were nearby. Please tell me yes or no if that's not what Trump's doing. Huh? You didn't need me to tell you that. If we was going to be the new Germany, I'd just paint it out in the picture for you. That's the point. And the number one thing that you want to watch is if this man outside of NATO before he hits Venezuela, we're fucked. Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, ain't nobody fighting Mexico. I promise you none of the Western countries are fighting Mexico, but he threatened Mexico. He just hit Colombia. Maybe Colombia's not even mentioning anything of a response right now because we took away his visa 2 weeks ago. No, we have to keep up with Donald Trump and keep up with this administration. You can't just be having these ruthless, I'm telling you, can't be having these fights no more. So to my American people, please put understood in the comment section if you understand what I'm saying. Europe has go bags. Canada has go bags. They've been prepping their people to have emergency bags for 2 years. If you are from any European nation or Canada, please put a confirm in the comment section and drop your flag. We have 10,000 people in Patreon. 17 of them are from different countries. So we get the news before you do. If they are prepping and we're not, and they are preparing for war and we're not, baby, who is NATO planning to fight? Because I promise you, France and England not about to fight Russia. That's the point. The First World War and the Second World War and probably the Third World War was fought between European nations. Put a confirm in the comment section if you realize that. I know African nations was involved. Turkey was involved in the first one, but that's because they wanted the East. It was the West versus the West. Why don't hide? It's not going to work. You have to be very mindful if Trump threatens Greenland again. That's not saving our speech. Put a yes or no in the comment section if you are aware. Trump told NATO yesterday to drop Spain. From Venezuela aren't getting any warnings. There's no siren. There's no you are crossing international waters. There's no nothing. They're getting no. So imagine being on a boat doing deep sea fish diving or anything else in between, and boom. Okay. So if you see what I'm currently trying to put on your radar and see what I'm trying, y'all got a month and a half. You have a month and a half to get your shit together, to make sure you got your go bags, to make sure you currently got maps just in case we go dark. Because again, just at the same time, because people just don't listen to me, please be very much obliged. Because here you are thinking, oh my God, there must be a random person that's going around shooting our substations. Cut it out. There must be a random, those are my doggies, I'm sorry, they're playing. But for anybody and everybody that missed it, Did you have any arrests of the substations that were shot in 2022 and 2023? From Oakland to Oregon to Monroe, North Carolina to Florida to Kentucky. Did you have any arrests? And it was the same year that random people was coming through the border. Same year, right? Somebody tested our power grid in 2022. They shut out the power in Los Angeles, Oklahoma, hi baby, for 50,000 people with 2 bullets, 30,000 people in Monroe, and over 100,000 people back to back because it was back to back shootings in the Pt.2. It was just poof poof. Okay. There's literally 5 different fucking rooms you can play in. There is. It's a big ass house. You can play in any room. Any goddamn room in this goddamn house. Sorry. Doggies. Anyways, now that you got the bigger picture that and everything is in between, go ahead and put a confirm in the comment section if you understand why I just brought you through the history lesson and I laid it up for you. Because here's the thing. There are already random shootings going on in the United States of America that seem like they are conducting static something. I forgot the word. But basically planned attacks to currently throw people into a mayhem. 110%. Stochastic. Thank you. Stochastic is what I was looking for. Thank you so much. That's the word I was looking for. Yup, when they have, they actually conduct terrorist attacks around the country, and they try to make it into something else and make it seem like they're random. If you're from North Carolina, was Southport random? If you're from South Carolina, was that island random? Those aren't sleeper cells. Those are people trying to start war. And I mean, where it hurts. Where it hurts. Okay? Where it hurts. Okay? Because Southport is a older community. It's an older community. Boiling Springs Lakes is right outside of it with my auntie. Like, no. It's like a sacred, it's like a known, unwritten rule. Don't fuck with Boiling Spring Lakes or Southport or anything past Oak Isle. Right? All of our aunties and our mommies go there from all over the world to retire. That's not a place to fuck with. Literally, there's only old people there. It's the same thing with the island in South Carolina. That's what we're saying. Makes sense. Hi, beautiful Nura. Do you think besides the Westphal play, they want the resources people of the U.S.? No. People don't want our resources. We want other people's resources. But outside of wanting other people's resources, we want other people to suffer. And at some point in time, we have to realize as the United States of America, we allowed our presidential administrations for the last 45 years to take too much power. And the only thing that we can do now is prepare. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell the scary people that are scared to come out of their houses and everything else in between and make sure that you guys are good to go 110% because I do have an announcement to make. Because it's one thing for sure and 2 things for certain. So I'm still talking to my American citizens. This weekend is supposed to be one of your biggest protests, correct? Somebody said God is in control. God gave you free will. If you don't know the difference between free will and control, I'm going to need you to figure that out real quick. Because what we're dealing with right now is free will. This is not God's control. God didn't control the Palestinians to be killed. God didn't control the Israel. That's free will. And if you don't understand the difference, we're not going to be able to talk about much. I'm going to be honest with you.
Of course, God is in control. Right. He's allowing it to happen.
With that being said, and making sure that you and I are on the same page. Same page. I'm still debating.
It's absolutely not a point of God being out of control. God is absolutely in control. Again, like I mentioned in my other video, He's allowing us an opportunity to see what the world will be like without Him. Men want to run the world. God is going to give us the opportunity to see how good of a job we do without Him. Take His hands off. Let you guys see what you can do. It's not out of His control. He's absolutely still in control. He's just allowing it to be what it is.
what people are saying. That's the climate that we are in. Does that make sense to everybody? Shortcake said, where would you go? Shortcake, I teach over 150 people on my investors course and all of you guys how to buy property for less than $200. And I don't mean property, I mean acres. I don't play with that shit. We've been prepping for over 3 years. If you guys are behind on prep and you've been looking for a community to make sure that you're safe after that, that's what the dollar tier is on Patreon. We just make sure that you're fucking alive, but everybody else is prepped and ready to go. That's the point. So that's what that Patreon community is for. Patreon, go ahead and put Patreon in the comments. Now, let me be very clear because I want to make sure we're on the same page. I just emphasize, if you guys need your news on a daily basis, you need the education or anything else in between, that's where you go. It's $1 a month or $3 a month on Patreon. We have an entire